Hi, it's Michelle Stimpson. Thank you so much for joining me. I have to tell you, I am too excited about the upcoming Christian Book Lovers Retreat. And I want to share a couple things with you about what I'm going to be doing when I'm there. I'm one of the featured authors, thanks to Vanessa Miller and so many other readers and fans who have enjoyed my work over the years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I bless God for you every day. Um, so I'm gonna be looking at two different things when I'm there this year. First thing is I'm looking at everybody else's stuff because I want to go to the popcorn social and chocolate social. I've never done those kinds of things, so I'm excited about that. So my first reason for going is to see everybody else and just say hi to readers and meet other authors and just enjoy ourselves in a time of fellowship. But I also have some things I'll be doing there, to share some books with you and also share some strategies with you. So the first thing I'm going to be looking at is a fiction book that I am releasing. I just released actually last week. It's called All This Love. So this is a classic Christian romance, and it's the second book in the Stoneward series. If you missed the first book, Stuck on You, you got to check that one out first, obviously. But this second book is one that I think really, again, brings home this idea of what it is to be in a godly relationship. With a really cute guy who's got some issues of his own, as you're dealing with your own issues as well, and how those two things come together to complement each other in a union that is God honoring. So that is my first thing. I have to tell you, it was so funny because every time I got ready to write this book, I kept hearing the DeBarge song "All This Love" playing in my head, and it's so funny because people, when they read this book, they go, "Oh, kind of makes me think about kind of that young love and that kind of a thing." So I hope you'll enjoy that book. The second thing I'm going to be doing when I'm there is a workshop called War Room Strategies. So, in this workshop, we're going to be talking about how you develop war room prayers, prayers that honor the Lord first and foremost, and prayers that cause His kingdom to be done, His will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's one of the first things the disciples, that when the disciples asked, "How do we pray?" After telling them how not to pray, the Lord told them to pray that that God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven in Matthew 6 and 10. So we're going to be looking at that, and we're going to also be walking away with some actual factual documents that will help us to do just this. So, I'm a writer, so my stuff is always super duper long. Don't be intimidated by that. This is all a part of my book, War Room Strategies, Developing Effectual Prayers for God's Glory. And I've already had a couple of people who have read this book, the draft of this book, and said, this book has really, God has used this book to show me something about my prayer life that I didn't know. Someone just texted me this morning that her prayers for her ex that she never saw come to pass, after reading this book, the Lord was able to speak to her and say, this is what happened in your prayer for him. And so that was so powerful, how freeing it is to know. The Bible tells us that sometimes our prayers are amiss and we don't really even know what that means sometimes. Or, we don't really know how to pray. Sometimes our prayers are just like, God, just help this person have a good day. And that's about all we know how to pray. So I hope that you will join me for that workshop as well, because we're going to really go into what it means to develop an effectual, fervent prayer for the glory of God. All right, I hope to see you there. And I look forward to just shaking your hand, giving you a hug, and just fellowshipping and spending time with you at the Christian Book Lovers Retreat.